Hey everyone, welcome back to the Offseason. Exciting guest on the show this week, four-year player for the Fighting Illini, first-year All-Big Ten. He tied for the most touchdowns in the Big Ten regular season last year, second in receiving yards, and now he is training for the NFL Draft, which is just 3 weeks away. Pat Bryant, welcome to the show. We're glad to have you.
Thank you guys for having me.
This is such an exciting time for you and something that I'm sure you've really always dreamed about along with your family as you prepare for the draft. You get the invite to the Senior Bowl, you go to the NFL Combine, had your pro days, and now you're talking with all these teams. How would you describe the draft process and what it's been like for you?
Honestly, say it's kind of surreal, like kind of a dream come true. Just growing up, playing youth sports and just having that mindset of one day, I might have a shot to make it to, the big leagues, the NFL. So just having that shot, man, really what sparked it all was getting that Senior Bowl invite. Just knowing that I had a chance to compete against some of the best guys, in the country, a lot of known names, and just going out there and showcasing my talents and showing that I'm capable of playing at the next level. So overall, great experience, man. Just soaking it all in at the end of the day.
Yeah, I'm sure you're going to have the welcome to the NFL moment at one point during the season, but did you kind of have that welcome moment at the Senior Bowl when you go up against someone that you've watched on Saturdays throughout the season and then you find yourself on the same field as them?
I mean, yeah, it was a lot of guys like, it's crazy because you see those guys on TV, you start to think, because a lot of guys have big names and you think like, fans would think they're like a big-headed, non-humble person, but a lot of those guys were humble, man. We all, put our pads on the same, get ready to the same, so we all chasing the same goal, but just going out there competing, seeing a lot of the big names at cornerback going against them and just having the opportunity to show that I could play against the best was a great experience.
You talk about growing up and this being a dream come true. What's your first memory of envisioning yourself maybe as a little kid playing football in the NFL one day?
I say so. Growing up, I'm originally from Jacksonville, so growing up, I always wanted to play for the hometown team, man, and just that'll always be a dream come true. But not even that, man, just having a chance to put on an NFL jersey at that is a great experience. My whole mentality was, all I need to do is get in the door, whether that was drafted or undrafted. I just needed the shot, and I know with that shot, I would take full advantage of it. All
right, so catching from passes from Trevor Lawrence, still the dream come true?
I mean, at this point, any quarterback in the league, I'm with it. I'm ready to go.
Everyone says the draft is kind of a funny thing for you guys because when you're going through this process and your pro days, combine, you're really training for that instead of football. What have you noticed the differences being with your training for this process?
So really, at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, you basically training to become a track athlete in the span of about 2 months. So really just transforming your body and really locking in so you can reach like your peak performance was really the biggest thing, and really just showing like, you really got to be consistent and disciplined as far as when it comes to the diet and really just making sure your body's at its best so you can go out there and compete at your best. But really, man, the difference between football and just straight line speed is crazy. Like, we were training for like 6 or 7 hours a day, just, at the end of the day, just to go out there and run a 40 and just, showcase your talents and your speed. So really just, it was fun during the process, but at this point, I'm ready to get back to football.
Were you ever a track athlete in high school?
So I tried track, but it was, I love to run, but it was more of like the conditioning and getting ready. I just want to show up on a meet and let's go, let's do it.
You didn't want to have to watch your diet all week or what?
You feel me? So, football, it's kind of like football. You still got to prepare the same, but just the running and the warming up and all the laps, and I feel like it wasn't really for me. I was more of a basketball kind of guy on the side.
All right, so you're looking forward to rookie minicamp, hopefully in like a month. You said it's more chill right now than it was going through the Senior Bowl, Combine, Pro Day, when you're going through these interviews with the teams. What's that like, getting to sit down, and interact with them? What are the questions you're fielding from these teams mostly?
So really, it's more of like, of course we talk football, but at the end of the day, it's the NFL is an investment. So they're investing a lot of money in you. So they just want to know exactly who you are, as a player and as a person as well. So really, it's more of just getting to know you personally, like off the field, who your family is, what type of family you come from, the ways you can be coached. And then it's more into football. You start to talk about football. They want to see how smart you are, how fast you can learn a certain amount of plays. So, it's a mix of both. But at the end of the day, like I said, like these are coaches that, coach at the highest level. So just having a chance to sit down and talk to them, and they even teach me a lot. So I've learned a lot from those interviews. So just, talking to coaches from the highest league that you can play at is really, like I said, like a dream come true.
When you talk to them, and you said you talk a little bit about football, how much is it coming up that you can play any spot when it comes to playing receiver?
So yeah, that's all they want to know is like what is you what how can you produce, at the next level, and they watch film, they see it on film that I could play at just about any position. So just having that versatility and also being able, what I'm saying, to go out there and block if I need to block. So really just that versatility is what really, what I'm saying, pops out to those coaches when we watch a film. They show me in different spots, making different catches at different spots. I'm going to block guys. So really just showing the physicality and the versatility was one of my biggest things going into my senior year.
I want to talk about Illinois a little bit and Brett Bielema. You were with him for all 4 years. That's not common anymore. Most people are transferring, but you elected to stay. And first off, let's talk about why. Why you felt like Illinois was a place for you for all 4 seasons, and then what makes Brett Bielema such a good coach?
So I was actually recruited by Lovie Smith coming out of high school. So coming out of high school, I had about 33 offers. Offer from every school in Florida. So it was more of a COVID, so things were kind of, speckling fast. A lot of people were committing. So it came down to those 33 offers. Just about, I say about 15, 20 of those were actually committable at that point. So my main focus was to get somewhere I knew that I could play early, just to get used to the speed of the game, and then just, getting away from home and trying something new. So Lovie recruited me, and then it's 2 days before signing day, Lovie got fired. And then they gave me a call. Him and Coach Stoker were telling me that they still felt like it was a great fit for me to go out there and showcase my talents in a big league like the Big Ten and help turn the program around. So I kind of stayed with it. Coach B gave me the call, told me my offer was still on the table. So, hey, I went ahead and ran with it.
And you gave him plenty of highlight moments. Do you have a favorite from your Illinois career?
I got a couple. Really, just this past senior, my senior year was pretty full of big moments.
We saw them.
All the game-winning touchdowns. I say probably like one of the special moments. But really, the Purdue game, man, just going in and getting that cannon back. I know we hadn't had it. I mean, we had it my freshman year, ended up losing it, but just getting that back in the facility, man, it felt great. And Coach B does a great job, man, just pushing the standard. And I mean, honestly, over the past 4 years, he's done a great job turning the program around.
All right, question for you, because I get this question as an Illinois alum. They're always like, who do you think your biggest rival is? So I'm going to throw that question at you. Who do you feel like Illinois' biggest rival is in football? Because it's not the same as basketball, I don't think.
I'll probably say, Northwestern a good one, but I don't really like it because it's so towards like the end of the season. I'd probably say like it's either Purdue or Iowa. People don't see Iowa as like a rivalry, but we kind of do, just knowing that we play two of kind of the similar styles of football.
Yeah.
But Purdue for sure.
Yeah.
Purdue for sure.
I think I would agree with that. Here's a fun fact. Casey Washington drafted in the 6th round last year. Before that, A.J. Jenkins was the highest drafted receiver, and that was back in 2012 to the 49ers. You could become the highest drafted Illini wide receiver since then. Does that kind of resonate with you at all?
That's crazy because I hadn't heard that until last week. I went out to the practice, and Coach B had actually told me that. So, really, it kind of puts a stamp on the season. At the end of the day, I set records, I broke records, and at the end of the day, I helped, turn the program around and let it head in a great direction. So just, being recognized one more time, just going to, the NFL at a high picking would be special.
All right, I want to pull up a tweet that I saw about you. You were invited to a middle school basketball game and showed up for these fans. I got to know the story behind this because I love seeing these things, that you're really integrated into the community in Champaign.
So basically, I had like a public signing. So like the last time I would be in Champaign, so fans could come see, do like a meet and greet, sign a couple autographs. So this whole group of kids came in and they were just screaming and hollering like, "Oh Pat, oh Pat!" So we didn't make them pay for anything. We basically gave them a lot of free stuff. Signed a lot. I was like, "So what you guys doing after this?" It was like, "Oh, we have a basketball game." I was like, "Oh, where? At the Art?" And it was like, "Yeah, the Art." I was like, "All right, bet. I'm gonna come check y'all out."
Aww.
So I basically walked in, and it's crazy because they were actually playing the game, and like one of the kids on the bench saw me, and like as they were playing the game, like all the kids turned around, started waving while the other team was shooting free throws. So basically, like I kind of gave them a burst because once I got there, everybody was shooting threes, doing a little Steph Curry gesture. So it was real special. And then one of the parents came up and was like, "Do you mind staying after the game and like taking a picture with the boys?" I was like, "Oh yeah, of course." So stayed after the game, took a picture with them. I think they ended up going on to win the tournament, actually. So I guess I was sort of a good luck charm.
That's a great story. You're going to have to send them some signed swag or something after you get drafted. Has that always resonated with you, that you make an impact in the community and there are kids that have looked up to you for the last 4 years down in Champaign?
Oh yes, not only Champaign, but also like my community. That's kind of why I do what I do, man. Just coming from a community like Jacksonville, Florida. There's not really much there. Not too many people make it out, just due to the gun violence in the area that we're in. So I do what I do just to show the kids that there's more to life than just what I'm saying, what you see on social media or in the streets. Like whether I do it with football, but my main focus is just showing the kids that hard work pays off. No matter you want to be a football player, a doctor, dentist, whatever it is, if you put the work in, you can achieve it. So really, just being that role model, because that's what I had growing up. My father was like that role model and that mentor for all what I'm saying, my friends that didn't have father figures. So my main focus is to just show the world, not only the community but the whole world, that hard work is the key to anything.
Yeah, great message. All right, let's talk about who you might be looking up to when it comes to the NFL. You're pulling up YouTube, you're looking at highlights. What receiver are you searching for?
I'm going straight Justin Jefferson. Easily, Justin Jefferson. Really just because of the
Over
body
Jamar
size.
Chase?
We kind of, say that again?
Over Jamar Chase?
Yeah, I mean Jamar is his own person. Like it's kind of hard to like, cause when I watch, I'm trying to add something to my game, but he do some crazy things that I don't even want to attempt. So Justin Jefferson more laid back, chill. He do things that I could do and I could add to my game.
All right, I like that. What cornerback are you most excited to go up against in the pros?
Lil Spoon.
Run it back.
Me and Lil Spoon.
Do you talk to him
Run
often?
it back one more time. Oh yeah, he always check up on me, tap in on making sure I'm straight. It's crazy because he told me like the 5th game, he was like, you got it, bro. Just keep your head down, keep working, it's gonna happen. So I mean, he always had faith in me. That was actually my roommate his senior year before he left. So I mean, we shared some great things. I learned from him, he learned from me, so I'm excited to see him at the next level.
Has he shared anything with you about what it's like going up against NFL wide receivers and kind of the little differences that they bring compared to when they're in college?
The only advice he really gave me was, hey, this a grown man's game, so you got to get your mind right to come in and try to take a grown man's job. You got mortgage, you got kids, you got a family to take care of. So really, basically, what I got from that message is it's time to lock in at this point. There's no more playing around. It's work. It's all business. Yeah,
suddenly becomes a job. All right, former Illini, been around campus before. Got to ask, your favorite Illini establishment?
Ooh, that's a good one. I think it actually closed. It was called
They all closed. All the good ones closed, in my opinion.
Yeah, facts. I don't even know. I think they got something. They just opened something new called Brothers. Like they sell food.
Brothers is not new.
I thought it closed down. It
did?
down for like, it was closed for like it closed for like 2.5 years. I think they remodeled it or something because it looked fairly new in there. But they always got the games on. They show the football players love when we come in there. So great vibes.
You will never know about the greatness of the old Cams. I'm so sorry. It's too clean for you guys now.
Cam's still open. It's just like,
it's different. It's not the old Cams. It's way nicer and it doesn't smell.
Red Lion's still fun though. It's just Red Lion be too overcrowded. I ain't really a fan of like the big crowds. I'm more of a laid back, chill kind of guy.
All right, well, Pat Bryant, we are rooting for you. Congratulations on everything leading up to the NFL draft, and we can't wait to hear your name called in less than a month. Crazy how time flies.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
So the Bears have won the offseason so far. Now it's time for the players to hit the grass and the Ben Johnson era to really begin on the practice field as they have OTAs next week at Hallis Hall. We'll keep you up to date with the latest. In the meantime, you can catch extended interviews with Dan Wiederer and Pat Bryant on the Fox 32 YouTube channel, along with all previous episodes of the offseason. We'll see you next week.